I've been making videos on YouTube for years. Most of those videos have been related to Nintendo in some way or another. I've been called a Nintendo fanboy a number of times, and it really doesn't bother me that much. But in the last maybe few months, I've had a number of people. I've had Nintendo people say this, and I've had fans of other systems say or accuse or call me of being a Nintendo fanboy, or even demanding me to quote admit that I'm a Nintendo fanboy. Or most recently, someone commented on a video saying that I'm such a Nintendo fanboy that what I say makes them want to vomit, and that my E3 prediction video about Sony was anti-Sony or something. Really, I want to make a video about this just because I think it's an interesting topic, but it's like, to me, based on my years of experience from when I was first exposed to the term fanboy in regards to a particular platform or game console manufacturer, in that context, I really sort of took fanboy as being someone who is an enthusiast of a system and is faithful and loyal to a system, but like is really overzealous to the point where they want their system to or platform of choice to succeed at the detriment of the other platforms, to at the expense of people who enjoy other systems, who go out of their way to harass and malign the others players of the other systems, posting hate messages or going out of their way to make their disapproval or dislike of the competing systems known, where that opinion is not wanted or warranted. And whereas to me, like, a fan would just be just an enthusiast and someone who's really excited and passionate and enjoys a particular system or platform, or is interested in that platform. And that's what I've always perceived fanboy as opposed to fan to mean. So if you want to say I'm a Nintendo fanboy, I don't post hate against the other systems. I don't when I see people, some of my own viewers on my video posting F Sony, F PlayStation, and I'm like, or F Xbox, or Sony's evil, and I downvote that stuff. I click thumbs down on that. I think I do not that's not something that speaks to me as a gamer. That's not where my head is at. That's not what I'm interested in. And I think uh, maybe Nintendo fans are a little more touchy about this, since Nintendo systems have been the underdogs since arguably since like the late '90s or mid '90s with N64. But really, so when people, because they've sort of been the underdogs, it's been somewhat more fashionable to sort of, for fans of other systems, maybe to go out and like post hate against them or make it cool to hate Nintendo. So Nintendo fans have sort of taken maybe more abuse than other fans of other systems in that respect. But then I see Nintendo people like really like going crazy, like someone says something bad about Nintendo in a video, they'll go and subscribe to that user so that they could go around and follow them, all their comments, and F Sony, just because they said they didn't like a Zelda game or something like that. They're crazy people who like all three major console manufacturers. And when it comes to me, and specifically in regards to the comments I made in this video that they were talking about, basically they're criticizing the fact that I said that I in the PlayStation 3 E3 when the PlayStation E3 2012 predictions video, I said that Sony was going to try to leverage PS Vita and PS3 connectivity to distract from the announcement, the full reveal of Wii U, which uses a similar system with a screen in your hand as well as on your HDTV. The idea of pulling your game off of the console onto a handheld device. So they're similar. So I said that Sony's going to try to leverage that connectivity to distract from the Wii U announcement, and I said it's not going to work. That's all I said. I did not say PS Vita, PS3 connectivity is going to suck. I didn't say any of that. I didn't say anything like that. In fact, I was a champion of connectivity on the back in the sixth generation with the GameCube and the Game Boy Advance. I was one of the supporters of that, and the things that Sony's going to be able to do with the Vita and PS3, the is just really taking that to like the next level. They're going to be able to do some incredible stuff with that, and there's some things like, for instance, being at a remote location with your PlayStation Vita and pulling a cloud save off the web, wireless through the wireless web, and continuing your game on your Vita, and then pushing it back down onto your home console when you get home. That's something that the Wii U can't do, and probably will never be able to do, just because the screen is the controller, so it's sort of bound within the home. It's not its own unique, independent platform. So I don't even have a bad opinion of connectivity. I didn't say it's going to be bad or anything. I'm going to put it this way, okay? Let's say that last year Nintendo didn't announce a new system. Let's say last year Sony announced they teased PlayStation 4. Instead, they announced PlayStation 4 and said, okay, here's PlayStation 4, it's coming. You're going to see the full reveal next year at E3 2012. And Nintendo was going to come out with that and try to distract from the PlayStation 4, reveal, but at E3 this year, by saying, okay, we're going to push We're going to push a new feature of the Wii. Like, let's say we're going to push 3DS and Wii connectivity, or we're going to push a new accessory for Wii, like the Wii. Like Wii, what did they come out with that they never actually came out with? The Wii Vitality sensor. We're gonna show, or a Wii motion capture camera controller like Kinect, or some accessory, or a new feature, or a new way to play Wii games for their existing 7th gen system, to try to distract from the PlayStation 4 full reveal. That wouldn't work. Nintendo would not be able to distract, and especially, let's say the PlayStation 4 was coming and developers were going crazy for it, and developers saying, oh, it's powerful, it's versatile, it has great new features, gamers are going to love this, and it had all that energy going into E3 2012, and Nintendo's going to try to distract with a new way to play games on an existing system as a substitute for the PlayStation 4. I would not say that would work. And instead, it's Nintendo that has the new system that has all those things true about it, and Sony's coming out with at least I perceive them to be pushing their new way to play games on PlayStation 3. A connectivity, and also I mentioned a possible like a new next gen iToy, uh, and so I think that's why I don't think it's going to work. I don't think you want to say that I'm bashing PlayStation by saying that. I'm not. I'm just calling it as I see it. I always call it as I see it, even if it's like when there wasn't online for New Super Mario Brothers Wii because Miyamoto says that they couldn't render, no, like that a 2D side scroller was too intense for online multiplayer. When they have like online 3D kart racing and online first person shooters on the DS, which was theoretically a generation behind, 2 generations behind, the Wii, but they had online for that, but they couldn't have online on a home console for a side scroller. Like, that didn't make sense to me. Or when Miyamoto said they couldn't have Peach playable on Mario Brothers Wii because Peach's dress was too complicated to render in real time. Like, when I see something Nintendo's doing that I don't like or I think is silly, I'm gonna call them out on it. And when I expect, I'm just assuming that Sony's going to try to leverage connectivity between their handheld and their console as a substitute or something to try to make them equivalent to what Wii U's doing. And I said it's not going to work. That's it. I'm not saying, oh, Sony's just copying Nintendo and they suck because PlayStation sucks because it's bad and it's bad because it sucks and Nintendo is awesome. No, I wasn't going off saying all that stuff. I mean, and I've had someone go on internet radio and rant about how I was like the Al Qaeda of Nintendo and I'm worse than a terrorist and I support child porn because I made a video saying that Nintendo's going to have a strong E3 this year and that Wii U is going to surprise people and it's going to be a good system. That's all I said. I didn't say anything bad about PlayStation. I didn't say anything bad about Microsoft. I didn't say anything bad about Apple. I just said good things about Nintendo and expressed my excitement for Nintendo, and And this guy got offended so much that he ranted about me on internet radio for 18 minutes, saying like all these horrible personal attacks against me. And then I had all these people in my comments box. Like that video is where I picked up a lot of the haters, some of whom still stick around now, who want to go off on me whenever I say that we use 8th generation or that it'll have good graphics or that developers are excited for it. And I didn't say anything bad about anything else. I just said good things about Nintendo, and like people just got so riled up that and what's really funny, what's really cute to me, I was no, and this just made my day. Some people are thumbs downing the video where I received a package from Nintendo of America that I sent back to them on Operation Blue, and they responded to me. I opened that. I made a video opening that, and people thumbs downed that. Like I could just imagine what someone is going. They're going out of their way to watch my videos to see things they know they won't like, and it's like, what? Nintendo responded to their letter? I disapprove of that. Thumbs down. I shut them down. I showed them by downvoting that video. Damn Nintendo for responding to their fans. Like what kind of it's just a video game. So you could say I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I know what I perceive fanboy or drone or whatever to mean, and I don't think that applies to me. I don't think most people would say that apply to me. I try to keep my videos positive. Even when like let's say like when Jack Trenton made personal attacks against 3DS owners, I made videos criticizing that. I even actively responded in rebuttal to that in the form of working with Street Pass NYC for our Operation Blue Wave thing on Twitter, where we did stuff directly in response to that. That even then, I said so many times, this isn't about PlayStation. I don't hate PlayStation. I think Jack Trenton is disrespect or damaging the goodwill and reputation of his brand by doing negative stuff, because the PlayStation brand, I grew up with it. It's all positive to me. Like only like a handful of really ridiculous partisans pick up a PlayStation controller and think yes, I'm so better than Nintendo people. I'm so better because I play Sony. I can't. There's got to be maybe a couple of dozen people who pick up a game controller and just get off on how superior they are to someone else because they're playing a certain system, or how mature or grown up they are because they're playing a certain system. That's not what the real world's like. That's what internet fanboy land is like, and that's not the world I live in. It's not the world most gamers live in, even no matter how much they're into it. So I disagree with I've disagreed with what certain people within Sony might have had to say at a certain point in time. I know that doesn't represent all PlayStation gamers or the PlayStation brand, and really, I'm not just carrying around dislike in my heart. It's just what? I don't sit around thinking about things I don't care about or don't like. And along those lines, I don't have I have a Wii, I have an Xbox 360. Last generation, I had all three systems. This generation, I didn't buy PlayStation 3. I don't hate it. I don't think it has bad games. I don't think the games suck. I don't think PlayStation sucks. I just don't think it has enough games that I would be into that it would justify the purchase to me. I would not spend that much time playing it if I bought it. And there are some games I would want to play on it if I did get it. It's just the appeal just isn't strong enough for me. So I didn't buy PlayStation 3. So therefore, I'm not going to go off because someone doesn't want to buy the Wii. It's like, oh, how dare you buy the Wii? How dare you not like the Wii enough to buy it? Da 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 da. I know if I don't own PlayStation 3, how am I gonna go off and get mad at someone else for not buying 3DS because there are not enough games or features they care about on 3DS? So or how let's say PlayStation 4 or Xbox 720, 8, whatever you want to call it, when those systems are announced, I'm not, based on what I know now, which is basically nothing, I don't expect to be that interested in it. I don't expect to buy them. So therefore, if someone wants to, say like, oh, I'm not interested in Wii U. The controller doesn't appeal to me. Nintendo's game selection based on past systems doesn't appeal to me. I don't expect to be interested in the system. I don't like the idea of it. I don't go off on that. I don't say, "Damn you! How dare you not want Wii U? I'm mad." No, I don't think that. But when people want to say, "Oh, the graphics are gonna be shit," and the games are gonna suck or whatever, or want to say like, "Oh, the developers are lying about Wii U. They're saying the graphics are gonna be good, and they know they're not because they just want to sell games on Wii U, so they're lying about the graphics." When people want to make ridiculous claims like that, I'll debate facts all day. I'll and when people want to say like there's like conspiracies to lie about Wii U's graphics to say that it's next gen and they know it's not, that just amuses me, and I just have fun, uh, rebutting those sorts of claims. So yeah, I'm not just out there. I basically said it. I've gone more than long enough. I could have probably made a much more worthwhile video than this, and on a better subject in much less time. But I wanted to make this video. It's something I've wanted to address one way or another for quite a while. With the recent comments on my Sony E3 2012 predictions video, it's especially relevant. Uh, so I think I've covered it. I don't think I'll have to make anything else about that subject. So thanks for watching, and see you next video.